Hello everybody, welcome back to another StarCraft replay. Strawberry here, and I've got another game for you on Nightshade. Down in the bottom right we have the blue Protoss Goblin. I think I was just going fast forward there a little bit, and back to normal slow mode, and back to normal. And then, so we have the Goblin down here in the bottom right, up and coming player I believe, showing some good games in the foreign scene, and hopefully he'll give us a good game here. In the top left we have uThermal, or Liquid Thermi as he's sometimes called, another prominent player in the foreign scene, and representing his race well, I do believe. So Nightshade is a good map. As I've talked about it before, has a bit of an open third base area, so we often see Terrans going for this one with the much tighter chokes. And if you've ever taken this as your third base against a Terran, and you've had siege tanks here, and drops, and like all kinds, it's so awful. I feel sorry for you, and there's actually a support network opening up called Siege Tanks Anonymous, where you can get confidential advice about any kind of toxic siege tank play you may have encountered. Link in the description. So we got a very standard opener. We got Nexus before Cybernetics Core, unless he decides to go Forge. No, of course he doesn't. Very normal. Reaper Expand. You know, I was watching recently, and I recommend to you guys check this out, is the SC2 VOD Archives. It's a channel on Twitch where they show GSL games from Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. And there's some, you know, it's just, I find it really interesting to watch Wings of Liberty StarCraft, how things used to be. You know, a 2-minute expansion in Wings of Liberty would be like game-breaking, unbelievable, you know. Like, people sometimes aren't taking their second base for like 10 minutes, but anyway, in this game, we have Thermi going for a cheeky little bunker behind the mineral lines there, and looks like Goblin has absolutely no idea as he builds a Stargate in the back here. 4 on gas, 5 on gas, you know, just as you do. 4 and 5, 9 on gas. The Reaper comes in just to pull the Adept away, I think. You know, he's just giving the scout, sees the Stargate. Goblin's like, oh yeah, normal, the Reaper's here. Yeah, chase it with my Adept. Maybe he'll get a probe. Oh, he got a probe, I feel so bad. Oh no, Goblin, oh no. But, oh wait a minute! He's got a bunker up! Ah! Oh no! Oh. Really annoying for Goblin. You know, this is not by any means game winning, but it's just going to be annoying. He has to build a shield battery. You can't mine from here for just a little bit. But, you know, once the shield battery comes up, he can easily kill that and push it away. But it's just a nice little delay for Liquid Thermi, and definitely worth the investment. So what have we got going on for the Terran? Seems like this is just the standard build these days, the 1-1-1, the Destiny Cloudfist build, for those who used to listen to Husky back in the day. Yeah, and as Goblin takes this out, can he target fire some probes? Yeah, target firing that one. But the shield battery is just healing it up. Not realistically gonna get a probe. Almost got one. Yeah, I mean, if he loses a probe here, then, you know, Goblin should probably resign as a professional player. Yeah. Balance is restored to the universe. Okay, so back home, what have we got? So he was building a Cyclone there. Oh, and he completed it. Very common these days to see a Cyclone out of the Terran, because it's just really good against Oracles. It's really good against pretty much everything early game. Just one Cyclone, one Viking. Air units are not going to be a problem for this Terran at all. And Goblin's probably going to have to recognize that and transition. I mean, he's already built his Robo, so he's going to transition just fine. Adept shading in, seeing what they can see. Okay, I see you got Marines here. I see you got workers. All right. I know that you're building out your barracks. Quite a few Marines there. And here's see what the Oracles can do. Ooh, the Cyclone's out of position actually. Trying to get greedy on these guys at the front, and but oh, he builds a second Viking, 2 Vikings, really sealing the deal here against these Oracles. I'd be surprised if these Oracles can get anything done. A Revelation on the Cyclone! Ah! What is the range on Cyclones? They're just ridiculously good units. Like, it's attacking him from like 3 miles away. Anyway, gets the revelation on the main tech units here. You can see what comes out. He knows what's happening. If there's going to be any tech labs put down, or if they're going to be swapped around for any reason or anything. So, recognizing that his oracles aren't going to get anything done in terms of damage, uses the revelation and comes back home, sets up a couple of stasis wards. And Liquid Therm is going in for an attack now. I mean, how many Vikings has he actually got? Did he produce 3? 3 Vikings. 3 Vikings. It's interesting. I guess he's expecting Phoenix follow up. And the Phoenix can pick up the tanks, but not with the Vikings there. But here we go. This is a powerful attack. Here come the Phoenix. They do get the pickups though. Oh, but he's target firing well on the Phoenix. Ooh, this doesn't look good for Protoss. I'm not sure how he holds here, quite frankly. Ooh. Ah. Oh. Oh. Two bunkers being built. Second Immortal. Could make the difference. Ooh, if he loses his Robo. Value for Terran already. He's going to pull his probes. Oracle coming in the back. Lift up. And he's going to clear this out, but what is the cost? What is the cost? He's lost his Robo. He's lost 11 workers so far. He's lost a bunch of Phoenix. Still making Phoenix, by the way. We've got Phoenix Immortal build. You don't need to see this. You have Phoenix Colossus, but this is Phoenix Immortal. Wow. Look how close to finishing that missile turret is. If that missile turret's up during this fight, whole different game. Whole different game. You know, Goblin's done really well, actually. You know, he lost some workers and whatever, but he's still alive, and that is, well, being alive is better than being dead. Let's put it that way, and you don't need me to tell you that. So, the dust settles. What have we got? We got 1-1 on the way for the Terran. We got a third base already made and about to be turned into another base. We got going up to 5 racks. 5 racks siege tank. No, Widow Mines looks like. Widow Mine medevac. Nice. Thermal Lance on the way. 2 Robos. Looks like we're going to see strong Phoenix Colossus production out of the Protoss player here, and it's a really popular build right now. It's a build that was really common in Heart of the Swarm. But it's making a resurgence thanks to the power of the Widow Mine and the power of the Ghost. So Ghost Widow Mine is just crushing any kind of Zealot Archon Storm based army. So Protoss are really favouring Colossus, and quite a few people are favouring Colossus with Phoenix. You know, because the typical answer to Colossus from the Terran is Vikings, but when you've already got the Phoenix, it's not going to be as effective. Phoenix just keeping the map presence, seeing what they can do, picking up a drone here or there. The Fudge just coming down. The one thing in Thermal's favour is that he's ahead on upgrades. He's ahead on upgrades by quite a while, and there's going to be a timing here where he's 2 upgrades ahead. And let's see if he can actually make that count for anything. It seems pretty hard for him at the moment, having lost his entire force there. I'm not really sure how he can move out anytime soon. So probably Protoss will have the +1 by the time the fight actually happens. And in that sense, it will only be 1 upgrade behind instead of 2. So double Colossus being made, and no Vikings, no Liberators, no anti-Colossus tech being made by the Terran. It makes you wonder if he really knows. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't see this. He doesn't see the double Robo. And having killed the Robo, he kind of feels like, well, his Robo tech's far behind. But actually, Goblin responded with the double Robo, and Liquid Therm is not really ready for this. It's, you know, it's going to come in pretty hot on him. Although he is building a 2nd starport, so that's precisely what he needs. And I guess the existence of the Phoenix has forced him into making 2 Stargates already, starports, and that's going to be exactly what he's going to need to deal with these Colossus. But 4th base coming up from Goblin. I mean, it's pretty common for the Protoss to be 1 base ahead against in this matchup. Having said that, this looks really good for Goblin. I mean, Thermi has very little potential to move out on the map. I mean, his army is pretty sparse right now. And how many Colossus do we have? 2 Colossus currently, and 1 more on the way. Yeah, 3 Colossus seems to be the clutch point. You usually see people stop at 3. I mean, and 2 carriers on the way? Goblin's just building all the tech in the entire game. Like, he doesn't have Storm yet, but he has Colossus, Disruptors, Immortals, Phoenix. He built Oracles this game. He's built Observers. Like, literally all he hasn't built is High Templar and Dark Templar, and you know, that's because Ghosts are a unit, and Ghosts are pretty damn good. But otherwise, you know, just Protoss every unit, and it looks pretty strong. Disrupt is really popular these days, and we do a lot of work in this heavy Ghost meta. But 4 Vikings on the way as Liquid Thermi moves out. He's decided it's time to go. He's got enough of an army to do some kind of pressure again. But there's a carrier. There's 2 carriers out with another on the way. And, you know, this number of Vikings is designed to kill like 2 or 3 Colossus. 3 at the max. It's not designed to kill 3 Colossus and 3 carriers and 7 Phoenix, you know? And he's got another Colossus, bringing it up to 4 Colossus. You know, it's kind of like a Protoss mech, you know? Like how many 6 Zealots, 1 Stalker, 1 Sentry, otherwise all Robo units and Stargate units. Looks really strong, really strong. I feel like, you know, you need a lot more complexity here as Terran. You know, you need some Ravens, you need Liberators with range, you need, I don't know what you need, but Ghosts, but you need something. You know, the complexity of this army is just huge, and I think there's probably plenty of Protoss players watching this game right now just thinking, damn, I'm going to try this on the ladder. Look at this, you just build all the tech units and get yourself a true death ball. Every inch of your supply is into value. And look at this, Goblin's just getting his Phoenix to follow his carriers at this point, because he knows there's nothing he needs to do other than defend this attack, get to the maxed out 200 mech Protoss army, and he'll be unkillable. And Thermi really has to make this work, and he has to take out a base at the least. Let's see how he can get done. We've got Ghosts in here, we've got Vikings in here, quite a few Vikings. And of course the Terran can always micro his heart out. That is one of the powers of Terran, that, you know, with good micro, good tactics, you can win a lot of things. You can win a great deal of engagements. Zealot scouts the movement there. And Protoss will not be kept in the dark. Yeah, I mean, look at these Vikings. Normally this is so toxic for Protoss to try and deal with if you just got Stalkers here trying to deal with this. And then the Biostim's in. But he's got Phoenix, he's got Carriers. And, you know, I think him pulling back is even almost just like a bait. Because I just feel like he could crush this army if he wanted to. But, you know, Carriers are good and all, but Marines are even better. You know, they can shred Interceptors. If you take your engagement incorrectly, there's no way you're going to rebuild this army. You know, this army is so expensive right now. So I guess just playing it safe, playing it cautious, not losing your army has merits to it. But yeah, this seems like a pretty, you know, standard game for non-Koreans, where they just macro, they expand, they tech up, and really there's only been 1 fight in the game over here. Otherwise it's just been defense. You know, he's building cannons on the high ground, shield batteries. Just macroing. He just wants to get the perfect maths win, where you just have the most value for your money spent, and that's equates to a win. And that's often how non-Koreans like to play, and perhaps that's why they've never really been dominant in the scene there. And you know, this is a game of tactics, not just strategy. And I think often non-Korean players forget that. I hope you guys can hear the game sounds alright. I think you can. Alrighty, these cannons not really doing anything. It's a pretty standoffish game right here. I really would like to see some engagements, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So Yamato cannon on the way, 2 more star pots. Looks like we're going to get a strong battlecruiser transition. And I mean, a maxed out battlecruiser army does beat a maxed out Protoss anything. In fact, just beats a maxed out anything in the entire game. But it seems like that's a long way off. Like he's got currently 0 battlecruisers. Yeah. And he's not producing any battlecruisers. So There's definitely going to be a window here where Goblin just has the far superior army, which I feel like he's had for a while, but he just refuses to attack. Refuses to commit his army in any way and just wants to macro up, you know, quietly in the background. We've got the is that level 2 or level 3 ship weapons? I'm not sure. Level 2, I think. But yeah, here we go. Look, Goblin finally realizes how powerful his army is. It's not taking the fight to the Terran. 2 battlecruisers in production. Liquid Thermi really just wants to buy time now till he can get up to his battlecruiser army. And nukes in production as well. Oh man, we might be in for an interesting game here where every unit in the tech tree is built for both races, including nukes, and all that before a proper engagement. You know. Excuse me. So, will Goblin move out? Finally. How many carriers? 8 carriers. That's the trigger point. Once he has 8 carriers, he attacks. That's part of his build, I guess. And Thermi moves out for a drop, probably at the exact worst time, you'd have to think. Right as the Protoss army arrives at his front door. And a nuke. Defensive nuke. And it looks like it's going to work. Looks like it's fully going to work. It's going to zone him out. We go for a full recall to defend against this. And let's see that again. This is worth a B. Look, he's even deliberately he's actually deliberately moving them in. Watch. He's trying to get rid of supply. Wow. Okay. Okay. You know, he doesn't think about maybe just running them into here, kill some few SCVs, maybe target down a missile turret or something. Nah, there's a nuke there. I'll just move them into the nuke. Because you know what happened? What's important? Macro. Yeah, so that frees up a bit more supplies so we can build more carriers. We have a battlecruiser. Do we have any made already? Yep, 2 out on the battlefield. What upgrades have we got? 1 air weapons and level 2 air weapons for the Protoss. So, and do we have level 3 on the way? Oh, this is, yeah, just getting the armor. Okay, he's not getting the level 3 weapons, he's getting the armor. This carrier has just been chilling here for a while, I feel. Okay. Just a defensive carrier. This guy's just cordoning off this area. Alright, he's decided to join the team. Huge amount of CCs being built. I love this about when I'm playing Terran. I love just like building loads of CCs, and I'm like, I lose a base, I've got one. I can just fly this over, or I can just take this base, this base, this base. I can do what I want. It's great to be able to build bases inside your base. It's a fantastic racial property of the Terran. Here we go. It's a lot of cannons, actually. That is a lot of cannons. The disruptor, gets taken out. And I don't think there's a sensible defense here for the Protoss. Just a couple of pylons, you know. If you invest as much in cannons, then you should invest at least as much into pylons. But on the side of the map, Protoss doing some damage as well. A couple of disruptor shots going off. And here come the BCs. Alright, so there you go. Loads of the new. 2 Yamata cannons equals 1 dead cannon. So, yeah, can the Terran actually stop this ball? That's the question. Yeah, he's going to take this base out, or is he actually? Maybe he won't. The 2 carriers, yeah, definitely he won't. I'm not sure if he can actually deal with this ball. I mean, he does not have the carrier count there, the battlecruiser count yet. You know, how many battlecruisers does he have? 1. Oh dear. Oh dear, I feel like you need like 8 or 10 battlecruisers really to deal with this. Yeah, and just killing like 5-6 workers over here is really not going to make the difference. I think this could be the end for uThermal. He's got 4 battlecruisers coming out, bringing his total up to 5. And that's going to be his best opportunity, I think. Yep, here they come. The Marauders and the Marines. Disruptors! Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, that second one did a lot more. And here it is. This is an all-important fight. Can he actually focus down? The carriers! Yamato cannons coming in! Oh, he's got it! He's got it. He's cleared out this army, but at what cost? How much has he lost? How much has he lost, and how much I'm just speechless, guys. I'm speechless because it looks pretty bad for our Terran player here. He lost 2 bases amongst that. He also lost his 3 command centers that were here. So, you know, that whole plan of just like flying a new one over doesn't work, although he does have 2 more in reserve, hashtag Terran. But look at Protoss, taking all the bases that you can think of. I mean, Protoss bank, look at the money difference, look at the money coming in for Terran. 134 gas versus 9,000, you know, almost 1,000 gas from the Protoss. A couple of BCs trying to see what they can do. They get a bit of counter pressure going. But what's going on for Goblin? He's building 2 carriers at a time when he has 3 Stargates and a singles 2 Zealots. I have a real query. Do you want to max out on carriers again, knowing that there's BCs out, or do you want to take it in a different direction? I'm not really sure. I can't say I'm a master of late game TVP battlecruiser versus carrier. It's not something I'm often coming up against, but yeah, recall on a unit, you know, all good. And yeah, I'm just really interested to see where we go from here from Goblin's perspective. He has rebuilt a boatload of carriers. Oh my god, he's got back up to 7 carriers real quick. And so it's 4 BCs versus 7 carriers. And do we have any BCs in production over here? No. Just doesn't have the money. Look at his money, completely depleted. And just look at the bank of Goblin, it's just untouched. And these 2 BCs trying to come and do as much as they can. They're really trying to swing this game, but ultimately you're doing economic damage to a 7th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the 7th base, you know. Feels bad. It's not really an economic hit when you kill 2 probes at a 7th base, you know what I'm saying? So the dust has settled. Both players are back to macro, but you know, by all StarCraft logic that there is, Goblin should surely overwhelm him in the next attack. He just has a bigger bank. He's able to build his army faster, and it should just be more carriers. His upgrades are better on the ships. It's 2-1 versus 3-1, going up to 3-2. Nice little marine drop in over here. Can he get the base? Can he get the base? Oh, it decides not to target fire. I've got to wonder if that's really the play. Oh, sure is the play. Kill all the zealots and the probes and the base. Oh, but there's an attack coming in and over here. Goblin's had enough. Goblin's angry at this. He wants to take revenge for these zealots that died over here. But doesn't really achieve much. Well deflected by uThermal there. But yeah, ultimately doesn't get the base. And even if he gets the base, he gets rebuilt. Doesn't really do a lot. This is not Wings of Liberty, guys. We're talking about Wings of Liberty at the start of this cast. This is not Wings of Liberty. And in Legacy of the Void, which is what we're in now, you can lose a base. You can lose a base, you can lose 2 bases. And you can just build more bases. Because the money is really high. So the battlecruisers teleporting across the map for defense kind of feels bad. As Goblin pushes in, knowing that the battlecruisers have just used their leap and that they're on that far side. They cannot come in and protect this battle, this bunch of rushes. And the Buyer's doing its best job, but watch it melt. But Goblin playing it cool, playing it chill, and we're really hitting a super late game TVP here. 3 Stalkers on the run by. 3 Stalker run by versus 4 BCs. Who will win? 4 BCs, 3 Stalkers. You know what? They did a surprising amount of damage to that battlecruiser. You know, I did not expect that much health to be on. But no, they got absolutely wrecked. Here we go. 5 Stalkers. Let's see if 5 Stalkers any better. Alright, back to the 3 Stalkers. And a storm! It does nothing. And Goblin just says, have that base, buddy. Just have it. I'm going to take out your base. It's more important. We're going to your main. I'm going to get on top of your production. Have my 8th base. Have my 8th base, buddy. My 7th. Ooh, the big bioflank. Oh, the BC's teleport in. You've got to feel like this is the most important fight of the entire game. This is really crucial. If Protoss loses his carriers here, this could go. Oh, he recalls out. almost seemed like he was turning that fight. I don't even know if he needed to recall. But decides to recall, knowing that he's killed the base here, base there, and he's really damaged the Terran without really taking much losses. You know, he lost his base, but he's got this base. He can just expand down here, and decides to keep hold of that the Protoss army. If he'd lost his army there without a good trade, he could easily have lost the game. So playing it on the safe side when he knows he's already ahead, smart play. And now the pressure is really on the Terran to do something. It feels like, you know, you have to get a result right here in this fight. But here comes some storms this time. Storms on the bio. And it doesn't look like there's much left. Protoss again being pretty cautious here. I feel like he could just walk over him, but playing it safe. No need to throw. No need to take the chance. Interceptors actually getting melted. That's what's happening. Just Marines versus Interceptors. But Thermi sees the writing on the wall. He knows that it's not going to work out for him. And you know, an interesting game. Quite passive, but Goblin showing quite a different approach by building just pure tech and it working out for him. You know, just good attacking in when he knew the army was away, and just a bit of a macro win. You know, just heavy committal to cannons and batteries. Which worked out really well for him actually, and I think that's probably a lesson for a lot of Protosses out there that, you know, he had like 8 cannons here, and ultimately it didn't defend it, but you know, it could have. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.